Alright, Poppy Playtime Chapter 5 just got a huge update. Look at all this they added. They also fixed a lot with Lily Lovebraids area and Lily Lovebraids herself. Kind of curious if they added any new secrets within this massive update they added. So, yeah, in this video we're going to be covering all about the update. First, we're going to be getting into what all was changed or updated with Lily Lovebraids. Yeah, there's a lot there to cover as well. So, yeah, let's go ahead and jump into this. Just sit back, relax, and listen into what all has been changed. Starting off with Lily Lovebraids level. The dollhouse level adjusted multiple calling behaviors impacting pop-in. Adjusted timing on Lily bursting through the door to improve player pathing clarity. Adjusted timing for the tuba falling over to improve immersion and visibility. Adjusted the size of the mag panels to make them more integrated like they are in other levels. Fixed an issue where grab pack hands could clip into the lower section of walls. Fixed an issue where the player could see Kissy briefly teleport in front of them after exiting the basement before the red light green light sequence. Fixed an invisible collision being present in front of Lily that blocked the player from giving her the crumpets. Removed an unintended ability for the player being able to sidestep Lily's pathing during the red light green light sequence. Fixed an issue where a bad checkpoint state could occur when the player died from not meeting Lily in the attic. Fixed a rare issue where Lily golden statue puzzle could not be completed. Fixed an issue where the fire visual effects remain permanently on the conductive hand when using the attic fire source and making the attic unload. Fixed an issue where the player would be placed immediately into the red light green light sequence when entering the basement for the crumpets. Removes green hand button from the tuba due to confusing players. Fixed an issue where Lily's body would vanish from underneath the cloud. And for the tea time level, they adjusted rendering behavior. So yeah, quite a bit there, right guys? Freaking awesome. Now, if you were ever having problems or any issues, hopefully those have been resolved. Anyways, carry it on here. For more of the patch notes, they rebuilt GUIDS across all levels, they also fixed a technical issue related to hand scanners, fixed a game-wide lighting issue, updated credits with additional contributors and corrections, fixed an issue with the option wheel being blank on initial interaction, fixed an issue with grab pack hands popping out of a view at near max cable length, added missing sound effects and menu highlights while navigating pause menu with arrow keys, fixed an issue with inconsistency when inserting VHS tapes into the VHS player, added missing localization subtitles to the title and chapter name screens, fixed a global issue where the game could soft lock after reaching an elevated number of save files stored on PC, fixed an issue where starting a new game did not reset the player's elapsed time, fixed a fatal error caused by audio functions, re-enabled view distance settings in the settings menu, Harvest Processing Center 04 level, fixed an unintended use of the terrain allowing players to dodge Huggy Wuggy early in the level. What? Fixed an issue with the flashlight angle being impacted by player movement and grab pack hand position. Fixed an issue with Huggy's arms clipping through the red pipes during the second half of the converter belt chase. Fixed an issue where the player could get stuck after sliding down through the vent in section 11. Removed a gap on the left of an overhead door in section 14. Lab right elevator level. Fixed an issue where Huggy hair is briefly clipping through the elevator doors. Recycling and reclamation level. Fixed an issue where the player gets stuck between some objects after getting the master key. The boilers level. They fixed an issue with inconsistent collisions being present at the corner of the Mortison's office. Fixed an issue with the player getting stuck when jumping to a spot using Giblet's trophy item and a floating rack in section 4. Fixed an issue with a red glow being emitted from the room below the pressure hand room. They fixed a bunch of issues for research and development level, adjusted calling behavior impacting pop-in. Fixed an issue with the pressure tank smoke material having blown out reflections. Fixed an issue with inconsistent collisions being present on the centrifuge pipe. Fix an issue with the wrong animation being played when the player grabs the right door behind them at the start of the level. Fix an issue with the wrong animation being played when the player grabs the right door behind them at the start of the level. Fix an issue where Chum Chompkins clips a corner of terrain during a dialogue sequence. Testing level. They adjusted calling behavior impacting pop in. Fix an issue with LOD pop in on a poster in the hallway. Fix an issue with LOD pop in when entering Lullaby Lane. Fixed a tester seam line that could be seen on the floor of the level exit. Fix an unintended ability for the players to see through the cabinet by crouching below them. Removed a posted on the door that was covering a power conduit in the power room. Extreme aggression under stress level. They adjusted multiple calling behaviors impacting pop-in. Fixed an issue where, while chasing the player, Huggy Wuggy's hands clipped through objects. Fixed a typo that was displayed in the hidden information description for the wrong side animal. Doll blanky blanks. Sweet Street level. They adjusted multiple calling behaviors impacting pop-in. I just read you all the dollhouse and tea time fixes. Anyways, carrying down here to reanimation level. Adjusted rendering behavior. Fix an issue where players could get stuck in the grand stitchery between power poles and receivers. The end of the line level. Fix an issue where EMU cuff panels could be used to skip a small segment of the level, causing the rest of the level to load incorrectly. Fix an issue where players were having a hard time spotting a sidle entrance. Fix the ability to stand on magnetic surfaces as an unintended behavior. Fix the mission red light disabled state in the red smoke puzzle. Fix an unintended use of terrain to avoid being killed by Huggy Wuggy near the shelves. Fix an issue where players could unintentionally trigger door to sidle cart by walking too close while opening the door. Fix an unintended use of terrain where players climb Poppy Gel in the second enclosed train cart. Fix an issue where red smoke from the first train cart remains visible when decoupling after checkpoint restart. Fix an issue where lighting would shift to Huggy Wuggy during the cutscene with the prototype attack. Optimize transparency costs on GPUs. Thanks, Mob Entertainment. So yeah, that's all the fixes. Quite a bit. That's a huge update we just got. Pretty early after the release. I wonder if there's any new secrets that we can trigger now. Do you guys know of any? Also, I want to continue the suggestion series, so if you have any more experiments you want me to try out, feel free to jot it down below in the comments on this video. I may get around to covering them. It'd be greatly appreciated. As always, that's totally up to you if you want to take the time to, comment different ideas for me to try out in the game and experiment with. But if you are curious about anything, feel free. So yeah, hopefully this video was informative for you all. Just wanted to update you guys with this information. I'm out of here. As always, most importantly, appreciate y'all taking the time watching and listening. Until next time, guys, peace.